Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Off Air Podcast. I'm Slater. Today, very special guest, Anthony Giovani.
Right.
Very, well-known dude on social media, especially in Pittsfield and the Berkshires as of late. And, I think a lot of people obviously watch, your content and stuff. But people, they have a lot of questions about, like, who you are and why you do what you do and stuff. So I want to thank you, first off, for sitting down with me, man.
Thank you. Of course, man.
Yeah, man.
So I first came up here in 2001. My mom went to domestic violence with my dad. He was a bad alcoholic. He was drunk one night, told my mom he was going to kill her, and she got scared, took all 8 of us. My mom had 8 kids by him, and took all of us and moved out. We came up here at Elizabeth Freeman Center. My mom, she worked very hard to try to take care of us. She had her own business. My dad destroyed that for her, so she had to do welfare, all that stuff, and got us up here, and we moved to Dower Square. And that's when it really kicked off with everything, parties and everything every day. My brothers, sisters, we all we was just I was a little one, but I would always try to follow my brothers around. All my life, man, I've been up until a few years ago, I was just trained to street ways, not caring about, not having respect, block kid, hang on the block, stick up kid, in and out of soul program, detention centers. I got my mom, I got sent away a few times to other people's houses, foster homes and stuff. And it was just horrible life growing up. DCF in and out of my life. Grew up around the streets, man, drug dealings and all that. Man, that's the life I got used to up until a few years ago. And I try to change my life. I changed my life around a few years ago, but chaos. I'm so used to chaos. Sometimes it's as you see my videos, you know what I do.
Well, it's interesting to do the armchair psychology, right? So you got sober.
Yeah.
So you were drinking and pills?
I was drinking pills, weed, marijuana, anything that get me going. You know what I mean? I was binge drinking, doing drugs, and just stealing, doing whatever I can to get. People don't understand. I wasn't okay. A few months ago, I was in my feelings and I was going around doing certain things acts, but I was just frustrated at certain things, like the situation with Brett. I made my amends with him with that car situation.
So Brett is the dude. So before, just for you guys you don't understand, so he's the dude with the law. I actually just saw him outside of North Street. He asked me for $1. I gave him some change or whatever I had, but he's struggling. He's got the long hair. Yeah. That was the video where you were like, "Excuse me, everybody, this dude's breaking into your car." Cars. And I was like, and we're gonna get into that, but so you've been sober now how 2 years?
November this year, we're going on 5. November 7th. This year will be 5 years. November 7th, 2021. Change. It's it's not easy. You know what I mean? Especially,
I understand.
That's all I knew was drinking, smoking, the party life, man.
I come from a family of alcoholics. My father, my grandmother, my mother's side, and I fell into that for 18 years. I drank every single night almost for 18 years, and it becomes a coping mechanism and stuff. And I've been sober 3.5 years, so I commend you for your good work for sure, man. Yeah, but once you're an addict, you're an addict. So you seem to be addicted to the chaos.
Yes, I mean,
and that sort of
people say it's my new. It's not my new addiction. It's okay.
But what if it is?
So what if it is?
Yeah, all right. So what if it is, right? So you strike me as a guy who has a good heart, but has this some sort of journalistic drive in you, but you just haven't quite figured out how to do it with tact.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning. Shout out to the chief of police and the mayor. I had a talk with them a little bit, and they was man, you got to use just certain things you got to be careful of. It's true because I'm learning about defamation. Shout out to Bob Heck, PCTV. I did a video a couple months ago.
Yeah, I saw it.
I said a couple names, and people was calling the radio station. They probably got nervous, probably got a defamation case, but it's not defamation. I truly believe it's not defamation when it's true, but.
All right, so I always see you say this if it happens in public, it's public.
Yeah, there's no privacy in public.
There's no privacy in public, and that's true. However,
to a certain extent,
it's just not polite.
Yes,
to do
right.
that,
yeah.
because I see All right, let's go right to the, of all of your videos and stuff, the one thing, because I saw you early on, you were like, you were giving crap to the guy who was patrolling the bike lane. You're like, you're in the bike lane, you can't be driving in the bike lane. Yeah. And I'm like, who is this dude, man? He's winding people up. I kind of like that. I think that's kind of funny. We don't have anybody around here like that, like a troll who just sort of goes around and screws with people, right? And then there was another video where you were like, the cops were arresting someone, and you were like, hey, read him his rights, make sure you read him his rights. Yeah. Without knowing anything about the situation. And at first I was like, all right, he's winding people up, but I was like, he doesn't even know that person's getting arrested.
Right. Yeah. I seen it. That's why I was like, before I turned the camera on, I seen the cops put the cuffs out.
Yeah.
But like I said, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all right.
I seen I talked to somebody I know. That's like, Anthony, man, all that stuff you see on the movie, that's just Hollywood stuff, man. We don't technically have to read them the rights till we get to the station. All you see, because like they said that Law and Order, all that stuff you see on TV, that's just Hollywood.
Yes,
you're not supposed to read them the rights after you handcuff them. And I was like, what I mean, they kind of like brought my ego down a little bit. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like,
I respect like the hustle. And like you obviously are caught up in like click culture and content culture. Like you obviously you like that. I mean, your shirt says press. Like, do you understand like the difference between like, let's go to the murder. Like you went live from the murder scene, right? So my fiance is like, oh my god, Anthony's at there was a murder scene in Pittsfield at Tyler and Pleasure, and Anthony's FaceTiming from Facebook Live and from that right now streaming. I'm like, oh man. And you started like dropping names about who was injured or who potentially got killed, and I was like, "Oh shit, dude!" I was
know what? And I you know what?
That's not good. Dude.
And you know what? Like I said, made a video the other day, and I'm sorry for name drop. Like I said, there's a lot in my videos, and I've been talking to a lot of people. People was like, Anthony, just be careful name dropping. So like I've been saying other words like, hey, there's been a deceased individual, or like, cause like I can't, when I'm live, and I tell people, I say, yo, you coming near me, I'm live. I can't help what I said, you know you're on live, right? Yeah. Like I can't control what people say on my live. Before I even said the names, people was already dropping names. So like I feel like either way they would have been mad at me.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Who, like they set him into your? Well, first of all, are you using a cell phone or are you using Ray-Ban Meta?
Well, Ray-Ban. Well, I'm using my cell phone, but Ray-Ban Meta, they're trying to work on where you can go straight live from Facebook on it. Yeah, I guess. But I was using my cell phone, and like people was around. Like you seen the guy in the video, he's like, I like your stuff. And
I saw that. Yeah.
People were saying names before I even said something. But you know what? I shouldn't have continued to.
Like, do you get caught up in the excitement of being first? Like, do you just do you have like this compulsion to be like, man, I gotta drop this? Feels so I'm getting hyped up right now.
I want to give back. I want to give back to the people, like trying to help, because people don't understand. People not out there knowing what like news that's actually going on right away. Sometimes, no disrespect to Berkshire Eagle, but they don't come out a couple days later with something. And I'm like, these people need to know what's going on now in the neighborhood. Like right.
Yeah, but there's a reason why they wait.
Right.
Because of like the family. Like imagine if you were driving around and you heard about a deceased loved one from a guy on a cell phone.
And a lot of people have been saying that to me. So like I've been self-reflecting, taking that in. That's why I have certain situations I just don't name drop. I say, hey, allegedly there's been a deceased individual. Yeah. But like I'm just doing things that the people like, I give back. I don't just like, people look at me like as I'm a monster, man. I'm not a monster, man. I'm giving what you guys need. And that day at the parade, I was walking by, it was so hard. People was like, boo, boo. And I'm like, and when you came down the thing, you was like, watch out for that guy going down. I'm like, yo. But that's all I love.
Watch out for this guy. I know, dude, I know you like it. I can tell.
Yeah, but I was laughing. I'm like, I was say, yo, this guy Slater, man. Everybody knew it. Everyone knew. People. Some guy was like, you ain't fooling anybody. People was like, Bruce. A couple people was tossing stuff at me. I'm like, I kept walking. I'm like,
I know. You do have balls, though. I will say, man, like you are not afraid to go up to a situation or a scene and sort of do a video and be, you got a signature like catchphrase like it's going down right now and stuff like. That's definitely catchy, and you seem to have a drive to be journalistic and stuff. I dub you the Nightcrawler. Do you know where that comes from?
I heard different things. Like I said, people say it's a movie way before I'll be 30 in a couple weeks.
All right. So there's a 2014 movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal, and he is like kind of like this guy who's obsessed with making it in the world.
Yeah,
and he's a little nuts, but he literally he listens to the scanner in L.A. and he listens for scenes to come up that are really chaotic, and he bolts to the scene and he videotapes it.
Yeah,
and the movie's called Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
So when you started doing your thing, I was like, dude, this dude's. He's the Nightcrawler.
I still be out.
From
People
Pittsfield.
like I dubbed the Night. I'm like, dude, I don't care about that name.
Yeah.
I'm not offended. I think it's funny. And when that situation goes on, and some people start making memes, it's funny.
Yeah.
I laugh at some of them. But it's like, yes, it is. I'm not gonna lie. I do get an obsession. Like I said, I do listen to the scanner or crime radar. But sometimes, man, when you're out driving around or walking around, you see things, man. You know, I'm doing deliveries, DoorDash, or I'm doing what I'm thinking. Like I said. It's not what Facebook's paying okay, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to do what I got to do. It's not like when I'm out seeing stuff, I'm like, oh, smack, that's crazy. Just like, just anything. Like I said, I do stuff out of town, not just in Pittsfield, like a bunch of hot stuff on the highway or something going on. I'm just like, man,
you seem to, at some points, like you seem to be everywhere, dude. I'm like, this dude's in Cheshire, he's in Pittsfield, he's in North Adams. Like, what do you do primarily for your livelihood? What do you do for work?
So, like, I used to work at BMC, right? I used to be a recovery specialist at Clinical Stabilization Services. I was working like 10 a.m. to 6:30 at night. I was the food guy. I was going to the hospital getting the food, but I was also doing floor watches at BMC. Doing that, like, make sure the clients was good. So I was like, I didn't like the schedule really like that. So like, you know what? And I picked up journalism and I said, I'm gonna do that, and started doing DoorDash, started doing like do stuff on the side until my thing picks up. But like, it's bringing in okay money, but it's not like the best. But like I said, I'm working towards trying to get a career going. And a lot of people people say a lot of names. People call me a lot of names. He's a Dasher guy. But you know what? It doesn't bother me because you know what? At the end of the day,
I think your childhood, like you that was already worse than what's happening now.
Yeah.
Like you seem to have grown up.
I've been around gunfire all my life.
Yes, growing up in Dower Square, dude. Like that's no joke. And I'm not like I grew up in Lynn, but I didn't experience what you experienced. So I can understand and respect the chaos that you grew up in. Like this is nothing.
Yeah, nothing compared to Boston or Springfield.
To like Dorchester. I lived in Dorchester, but you lived on Blue Hill Ave, dude. I lived on.
I was little, but like I was little, but I remember certain things.
Content creation is a way to make a living these days. Like because people, they want that stuff and they want information about what's going on in their city. Yeah, and like you're building a brand. And like I said, I respect that hustle. So how are you going to sort of move on from this doxing, name dropping, talking shit to like actual presenting like, hey, listen, I'm here with my video camera. I just want to let you guys what's going on. And people, so they'll regain some trust.
That's what I was, like I said, one thing I was taught, and like a lot of people told me, like in recovery and stuff, you gotta self-reflect. Like me, I've been self-reflecting, and I'm like, Anthony, man, you gotta be careful, man, because you was one of those people, loved one, people struggling in recovery or whatever, and I'm like sitting back, I'm like, you know what? I can't be like name dropping. Just say it in a professional way. Like allegedly, there's been a deceased individual. Allegedly, no, not allegedly, but like right now we're at a murder scene and. Just don't name drop. Like, I don't say people, I can't help what people say on my live, but I tell them, I say, hey, you know what, you're on, that's why sometimes.
You can't help what people say it live, but
sometimes, that's why
you can warn them.
Yeah, that's what I do. I warn them, I say, hey, you're on live. Sometimes, I just do a little quick reel. Sometimes I don't go live, I do a quick reel because, you know what I mean? Like even for instance, that's kind of name dropping where it's basically name dropping when you're recording the house is happening at. A lot of people probably know who that person is who lives in that house. Cause I've seen people with like the DOA over on South John Street a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
you seen that one in my video? Or the DOA? It said that they were saying
yes. You said you went to the house and
they said it's been the dead body was deceased for like a month.
Yes,
I'm like, wow. So that video I wasn't name dropping, but some people were saying, hey, is it 48? Is it that building? I was pointing right at the 48 building. And that's the building was at. But
how are you finding out where to go? Do you have a scanner in your car?
Not in my car, but I listen to Crime Radar. Or sometimes like I see things, or some people be like, hey, send me things, or I'm like, oh, I just like drive. Sometimes like, you know what? I get dressed. I'm like, you know, let's go find some stuff today. Let's go find.
I mean, you seem to be a lot of these scenes, bro.
Yeah,
like somebody got hit by a car or something. The fire trucks are there. You're talking to this dude, this Chinese dude who was there or something. You say
I was at home, walked to the door, right, and I was like, soon I was chilling on my phone. I said, oh snap! Something popped up on Crime Radar. I said, got straight to Ringside Ave.
Oh my god!
It was like. It was crazy.
You're Jake Gyllenhaal, dude, from Nightcrawler. I mean, literally.
Like, wow. And the guy got worried because the Asian guy got worried. I said, you know you're on live, right? And I said, listen, I can't control what he say. He was name dropping. What happened?
Yeah.
I said, oh man. And
so what about like, and then now if you want to start a business, like you want to be an entrepreneur, like you want to start like a little independent journalism thing,
independent
right?
journalism thing. And I feel like Berkshire County would be one of the places to start it at, because you don't really have we have you guys. Not knocking.
Yeah, we have 95.9 radio.
I'm not knocking you guys, but like you guys on the radio. But like I feel like, okay, you guys need somebody out there.
We do. You're right. I understand. So you're not wrong. Like there's definitely a hole for that, dude. Like, and then there's the Berkshire Eagle, which is Prince, and then you have. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Like you not saying they're
digital too, but
radio people, they're paid to be nosy.
Dude, I understand. Like I understand.
We're paid to be nosy. Press people, they get money to be nosy.
Yes, but I'm also interested in like I'm attracted to like sort of eccentric people. Like that's why like when I saw you, I was like, what's this dude all about? I'd love to get him in the podcast chair and just ask him a bunch of questions. And then you were like, no, or maybe someday. And then you thought I was talking shit about you on the radio, but I really wasn't. It was a whole thing where like I was just talking about you.
Yeah.
And then people misconstrue that as,
people was like, like I said, that's why people was like, Anthony, man, you gotta stop listening to he say, she say. Sometimes you have to go to the root. You have to go to the source. Like, why are you listening to? It's like people like, Anthony, you're kind of a public figure in Berkshire County, so there's going to be rumors about you. My mom, I love my mother. She's a great person in my support system, and she's to this day she still thinks I'm a little boy. But I get it. You know, she's Anthony, man. You gotta be careful out there. You're name dropping. She's like, Anthony, name dropping somebody.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that.
My mom's like, Anthony, I keep telling you about that. I mean, we ain't, you know the life we lived. We know the life we came from, and you know people don't like that. And my mom was like, it's true though. My mom said, Anthony, there's a thug everywhere you go. No matter what town it is, there's always somebody that's with that lifestyle. And like
one, it's like it's not polite. It's not cool to do that.
Yeah,
you know, I remember like being on the radio when I was a younger guy, probably your age, and I was like, and I got all jacked up. I was like, oh man, there's a car accident on West Housatonic right now. It looks pretty serious. I just want to let you guys know it's a white Honda. And then someone was like,
I'm laughing because
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm laughing.
You get that, right? So someone came running in and they were like, whoa, like don't say anyone to make it, because now everyone listening on the radio who's got a family member with a white Honda is gonna go, oh shit.
Another thing too, I have ADHD, but it's not as wild as it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I get hyped, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I have ADHD, and I take medication.
I have that too. I take
medication.
So do I.
I take Lexapro.
I take Lexapro too.
Yeah. And like people think I'm perfect. I'm not this perfect person. Listen, I 2 years ago, I was sober in a mental institution, Mira Vista Hospital.
Yeah.
I was in Mira Vista, 2023. I went through and went through a trip, thing. And my problem is, man, my biggest problem is women, man. And my women relationship with women, I love hard. I fall in love too fast, and it's like for real, man. I have a problem.
I understand, dude. It's all part of that.
I was a ladies guy, and my mom was like, Anthony.
Yeah.
My mom used to tell me all the time, Anthony, you say you don't want to be like your dad, but you're acting like him. My mom used to cheat on my dad. My dad used to cheat on my mom a lot. See, Anthony, you saying you don't act like your dad, but you're performing the same behaviors. Like I said,
your mother sounds like good people.
She is. She's good people. She's from the South. She's like, she's born she's from the middle of nowhere. So she's used to about morals and respect. And she's like, Anthony, man, what you're doing, man, it's not certain things. It's not good.
Do you understand that though?
I
like,
do.
Do you value that opinion?
I
when
do.
people,
I do. That's why I changed up certain things. That's why like people were like and I'm like. Being smart, people inbox me like, Anthony, you're calling me, you're trying to say I'm controlling, but why don't you call me a useful resource? I'm trying to help you out because there's people always talking crazy about you on the internet saying he has no respect and morals, and I get that, you know what, and I changed up certain things. It's not an overnight thing, but you know, it's a one day at a time thing, man. And
like you could really be really, really successful with just your drive because like going around to situations and letting people know what's going on in a respectful and polite way and not like I feel like you're caught up in like car crash culture, like click, I need that adrenaline, like, you know, because like and I understand that, but I just don't want that to like backfire, and it has backfired a little bit. So you gotta like gain some of that credibility back, because I see you going up to people on the lemonade stand and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And you do shout out people in recovery, you know. But it's like I'm trying to like analyze you right now. I'm like, is this dude like know all this and still is like, nah?
You're
like,
right.
Screw that, dude. You know what I mean? Like I know all this stuff. But,
I used to be that person.
F that, dude.
I used to be that person that I know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know.
And then when the headphones come off, you're like, all right, dude, I'm gonna go out someone right now. You know what I mean? For clicks.
I promise you, man. I swear to God, put that on my daughter. I've been working on changing up my things, man. My videos saying like not name dropping or like just be careful of certain things. Like for instance, this morning. There was a DOA on Orchard Street. I didn't go over there posting the video. I just said, hey, I said, praise to those involved. There's a DOA on Orchard Street.
I see the prayer hands and stuff. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That's why, like, okay, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go there because some people know, even though it's not name dropping, some people know who house that is, and some people.
That's where I'm like, I would think that's okay because you didn't name drop,
right,
and whatever's in public. And there's no privacy in public. Like I understand. Like I agree with like half the things you say and think. I'm like, oh well, he's right there. No, I don't agree with him there. Like, I think it was the murder scene at Tyler and Pleasure that really I was like, oh my god, dude, he's gonna get. And somebody like assaulted you over there.
That
what
was
happened there?
So listen, I was like I was dropping off a food order at Beacon, right, for an individual at Beacon in the party. I noticed somebody coming across the street, and although I recognize this guy, and I went to like give him a dap. He had like he was giving me a dap. I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Really?" And he was kind of heavy set, a little bit like me. I'm like, "Oh, this guy put on some weight. So this gotta be a little scrapple." So I like tried to hit him, and like I said, I tried to hit him or whatever. Hit him a couple times. He ran over, and then his friend came out the building, talking about, "Oh, I'm a kill you, whatever." I'm like, what? Yo, that got nothing to do with me. And I was like, really, whatever, da da da. And I started ranting, and somebody got a video and it went around, and they was making AI photos of me saying I got my teeth knocked out, saying I got like people AI photos. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And I'm like, people was like, I just hate how
people are so sick, man.
I don't respect somebody if you gonna sucker punch them, man. If you come up to me like, you know, Anthony, why'd you do that? But he sucker punched me. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
And I was like, tried him, but he got me.
Where'd he get you, Joe?
Yeah, he slapped me. He punk slapped me. I said, "Oh, really?" He slapped me. And
you know
the
guy?
Yeah.
Was he a family member of the deceased or something?
A close friend to the guy, and I get it. Some people was mad that I name drop, but also, why are you mad at me? Why don't you keep the same energy at the guy that's supposedly they put a picture out of the guy, right?
Yeah, no, I know.
So how come I told him, I said that. I hope you keep that same energy with that guy. Why are you coming at somebody that's the newsman?
Because you were sensationalizing someone who just died for your benefit.
And some people didn't even know it was that person until I name dropped. My phone started buzzing and ringing. I'm like, why is everybody calling me? I'm on live. A lot of people do that a lot. I'm like, and so the individual that got murdered, I guess no one knew who it was until the name started dropping on the live.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
Yeah, right. And
that's why the police don't
like me doing
release the information. Right, they have to wait until the family.
Right.
I mean, you must know that.
I do, yeah. But
I mean, you're not like
I'm not a dummy.
That's what,
but yeah,
yeah. That's why I say like I'm looking at you. I'm like, I'm just
I
like, does this dude know this? And he's just like playing dumb or like,
yeah. Like I said, I said First Amendment right, whatever. First, but like. I feel like, damn, okay.
But you still can't say fire in a movie theater. You can't say bomb on an airplane. You can't.
Right.
There are still small,
certain
like,
things.
I'm a dude.
Right.
I understand, like free speech, absolutism,
but
like,
you know, careful.
Constitutional rights. But like, even like on this podcast, I would never go out and be like, you know, this dude's of that or she's of this or like, you know, just because.
That's why I
want to have like thought-provoking conversation and like sort of showcase people I find interesting. Like that's sort of the whole. I mean, I'll probably get shit for just even having you on. How come you associate yourself with that guy? It's like, you know what? Because I don't know him and I want to learn a little bit more about him. That's the reason.
Listen, I'm not, like I said, I'm not this monster. Like I said, the guy, even at the auto incident, you know what?
Oh, yeah. So that was the other one. So I saw a video circulating on social media that you were wielding an axe. Or like you had a hatchet in your hand.
And people saying I was from what you seen, was I chasing the guy? People saying I was chasing him.
You walked out of your car towards somebody.
Yeah. But like I said, some people don't know that there's an original video why I did that. But some people, like I said, there's a video of that individual coming up to my car. You know, there's a video of him starting.
What was his problem with you?
So this all started months ago, right? My sister, she went through a crazy house fire a few months ago in Holyoke. I don't know if you heard about that, the brick building in Holyoke. Over that brick building, it was like a fire. The whole brick building was caught on fire. My sister lost a lot of her stuff.
Oh, I remember that. The apartment building.
Yeah, my sister. My sister lived in that building, and like that guy. He's known for harassing people, known for bullying people, and he was like, you know, I don't know if he was trying to get with my sister, whatever. My sister was telling me about it. He's making posts about my sister, so I went under his post. I never even hardly had a problem with the guy, man. I never had a problem. I was one of the posts defending my sister, and ever since then, he started making up stuff about me, posting old picture of me when I was in active addiction. I'm like, dude, I'm just defending my sister. I'm not looking to fight you. I'm like, hey, man, relax, calm down. Me and him was cool up until that. We was okay up until that. And I'm like, man, honestly, I don't have the problem with the guy. This guy just came up. I was just defending my sister. And I was coming out of that building that day when I was coming out with a food order from that. It's like a little Colombian restaurant. It's like that building right where across from Burger King, Wendell Avenue.
Yeah.
Came out of there. I know it's a big guy walking to my car. I got in the car. I was trying to drive. He got in front of my car with a camera, was like calling me all types of names and whatever. And I said, my partner, like I said, everybody goes to relationships. Everybody goes through stuff in my relationship. So, but he was coming around to the car, my partner, and I was trying to drive off. He was like blocking in front of my car. I'm like, dude, man, stop, man. He called me, name dropping me, calling me all types of names. I was trying to go out to the traffic, but it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. The traffic's busy right there, so I couldn't leave. I was trying to go out, so I pulled out in front of audio because his car was like there, and I got stuck there because the car was like, there's nowhere to go, and he came around the corner with his phone cord and touching the car, went like this to my door here on my girl's side, and I thought about macing him. But I was like, you know what? He's a big guy. He was trying to like intimidate me. So I like, you know what? I got out the car and I made a big apology to autos. I shouldn't have got out in the middle of Park Square. But people are making it seem like more than what it is. I didn't chase him. There's plenty of AI photos out there. People are like, you know, like I said, we live in an AI world. Everyone's editing this stuff.
I know, yeah. It's hard to discern what's real.
I have the real stuff because I didn't even chase him. I'm like, I would call it whatever.
So you didn't get arrested?
No.
But they charged you.
Yeah, I guess.
Because Chief Madalena told me he had a conversation with you. And
like I said, he charged me, but I haven't gotten a summons in the mail yet, but it's probably coming. Like I said, I have a conversation with them, and I
Did you try to get out of it?
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of it because.
Well, what did that look like? How did you try to get out of it?
What do you mean, like with the charge?
Yeah, like how did you try to get out of it?
So I tried to talk with the mayor, went to the mayor's office and was like, hey, I went to talk with his sister. I'm like, hey, I was talking. I didn't even know the mayor was in the office. He came out with still a dog. He was like, let's have a sit down with me, you, and the chief of police. And I was like, yeah, man, because,
Oh, that was nice, man.
I said, I'm apologizing, man. That's not character of me. And I have the original video of him coming up to my car. Like, when people are threatening your livelihood, when people are threatening your household, and then where I'm at, I have kids at where I live at, and you can't be threatening people's stuff like that, man.
Yeah, no, you can't. But you can't wield an axe either.
Yeah, right. I know. You sound like you remind me of somebody who's like, Anthony, you know what? You're doing this, but what about you though? But it's true.
Yeah,
though.
of course,
It's true.
dude. Yeah.
It's true. It's not. You're right. I am wrong for wielding the axe, and I am wrong for going around name dropping. I am wrong for that. You know what? I'm still dealing with a lot of backlash. But you know what? Those are the consequences of my actions.
My late wife called me a drunk one time.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that. When someone holds a mirror up to you, that's tough, man. That's tough to take, dude.
Yeah.
Especially when you know it's true.
Yeah, my mom used to say, Anthony, I was scared to turn the TV on because I was afraid you're gonna be up on there. I was afraid the coroner's office was gonna call me.
Like, you strike me as a guy who doesn't like I said, you grew up hard, so this sort of like internet comments doesn't faze you really. Like,
Not really.
Obviously, because you're out there the next day.
Yeah,
I see you in the car. I see you posting so, and I also, what did I see today? Trying to think of what I saw today. Maybe about there was something about BMC that was in the news, and I was like, oh man, like why? Oh, God, like
what I shared. See when I shared it?
Yeah,
about the ones that's going down right now, Burchester.
Yeah,
I have my own feelings about them.
I know, and listen, I can't tell you what to do. Dude. That's you do you, man. I understand. Like I said, do you feel empathy for people? Like,
yes, I do.
There are some people like out there, like, because I have I'm kind of an empath.
Yeah.
But there are some people out there that I didn't really realize that existed who have really no remorse or any feeling at all. Like I'm like, wow. Like sociopathy is really a thing, Yeah, but
I do have empathy. One of the last biggest heartbreak when my daughter's mother passed away last year. Like that broke me, man. That really it hurt me a lot. It did because I put her through so much. I was a cheater. I was putting her through a lot. She was home with the kid. And she was like, I was lying, coming home drinking. She was like, "What's that smell?" I used to lie and say it was like. And by the way, man, if you're a drinker, you're sneaking and drinking. Peanuts don't work, man.
Peanut butter. My uncle used to do that. He used to get peanut butter in his car. Mine's
come out. I'm the type of dude that comes out of my pores, man. And
you can't. Drinking stinks. Yeah, you can't, especially with beer.
It hurt me a lot last year. And females are like. Since then, right? Now, we weren't together when we passed. We weren't together, but like she didn't want to talk to me. She used to drop my kid off and not saying to me, "Hey, how you doing?" She not say words to me because she has so much anger, and I'm like, I felt bad, and a lot of people still throw it in my face to this day. Her friends, her. I know. Shout out to the grandmother because she's there a lot. She has my daughter and the other kids, and. The mother of my child, man, she was a good woman. She died sober. She was stopped drinking 2017, and she was like when she died, she was about 2017. She died. She was like 7 years sober.
Yeah,
it's not like she was longer sober than me. I kept drinking. That was my thing, man, drinking.
And, I mean, I understand, dude. I drank when I was sick.
Yeah.
If I had like a cold or
and
flu, I still drank.
In and out of McGee, I know that whole routine.
Yeah.
You go to the emergency room, pretend like you're feeling suicidal, so you can get up in somewhere institutionalized. You're homeless, so you play the whole homeless game. Oh, I'm depressed. You go Palmway for 5 days, and you go to CSS for 2 weeks. That can be a little okay. You know what I mean?
Listen, I did
that whole thing, man, millions of times.
People will do anything to survive. I understand.
Yeah.
That's a human innate thing. Yeah. Like I'm going to do anything I can to survive. Like, who made that shirt for you? It says press.
Shout out to Peace Train. Peace Tees Train.
Peace
they
Train
made the thing.
Tees. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Did they know who it was for?
Yeah, I talking with the owner. She's actually good. I forgot her name, but she's good. I was sitting there talking with her for a few minutes.
I know Mike is the owner. Yeah, I think that's his daughter.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to know because you're kind of a controversial guy. Like, if you walk in there and say, "Can I have a shirt that says press on it?" I just want to know what they'd say.
Yeah, it's funny. She was like kind of watch. You could tell they was like playing it off a little bit, like not like know who I am, but she was like, I think I've seen some of your videos, and like, I feel like when I go in certain places, I see people's faces and they get like, I've watched people, I've seen people's eyes get big, and I know, dude. Yeah, I'm like, I know. Well, dude, I'm not this monster. I'm not this like.
Well,
I think
I will push back a little bit though.
The act scared a lot of people. I think the act scared a lot of people.
I mean, I don't know you, and I don't think you don't give me monster vibes, but you have definitely said some things that have really rubbed people the wrong way, dude.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know.
You know, and I don't. So, like, even on this podcast, I was talking to a couple people, like, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have Anthony Giovani on. I find this guy, like, you know, kind of interesting. I want to talk to him. Oh, why would you do that? I can't stand that guy. It's like, dude, please, this is not your thing.
It's
like,
whatever,
you know,
man. Like I said,
he said some horrible things about my family, blah 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 blah. You know, and I'm like, yeah, no, I understand.
And
but I'm still gonna talk to him.
The thing about it is, right, and like I said, certain things, man, I'm changing up, and I feel bad. Like I feel
like no one feels bad when they see a pedophile get, you know, in jail.
And I get it, you know, I feel bad. People looking at me like a monster, but it's like, dude, it's like, and I get a lot of, to this, like I was walking up here, I seen people yelling at their car at me because they noticed the press vest shirt. I'm like,
what do they say?
They say, oh, you a-hole, or they be like, oh, some people are like, hey, oh my God. Some people stop and take pictures with me. Some people is like mad at me. Like, I don't know, like, yes, some people are mad because the way I'm going about when I went about certain things or whatever, but I'm dealing with a lot of backlash and it comes with that.
Are you going to change?
Yes, I have. I mean, it's only been a couple videos where I didn't do anything, but yes, I'm going to change, man. I mean, like, just don't name drop. Yes. Yeah, I'm being serious.
Do you believe him, Ryan? Yeah.
Listen, okay, like the only problem. Okay, the problem is I feel like people are just the name dropping. Or like, okay, be honest, what's your issue? I'm not mad. Your issue is like the name dropping, or what is it? Like I'm trying to. What was your radio guy? You work for the media, so what do you feel like I got to be careful with? You've been doing this longer than me.
Yeah,
so
no, I know.
You got to tell me the ropes.
Like just professionalism. Like you cannot can't go up to a scene and just start talking and presume things are going on and name drop. Like, you know, like, hey, make sure you read him his rights. Like you don't even know what is going on.
Right.
Like that dude, I believe, was in crisis. And the cops were helping him out. Yeah, all right? Yeah. They put him in cuffs, and you immediately come to his defense like the cops are doing something wrong.
Right.
So that we live in a world with crazy misinformation, disinformation. We also live in an information world. You know, where people get their information these days are people like you.
Yeah.
And in people like me to a smaller degree, like when you're out there just cranking out content, dude, like there's a sort of like automatic credibility that comes with that because people don't know
what's actually going on.
They don't know that you're not like, because people are like, oh, you know, they're like, oh, Anthony's a journalist. He's not a journalist. He works for himself. He's a, you know, you know, but you could have that real journalistic integrity if that's where your heart is.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, I shouldn't be like making fun of people, especially the life I used to live.
Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah. I get it.
Just because, especially, you're dealing with sensitive things: car accidents, murder scenes, homicides, stabbings, DOAs. Like,
I just got to be careful of certain things. How I'm saying in the video.
Be just more gentle about it. That's the only thing I would say. You know,
don't be like. I mean, be like. You know,
keep the it's going down right now and all that.
Yeah,
stuff,
of course I'm gonna keep that because
that's like your thing.
And I appreciate for the constructive criticism. You could tell the stuff you've been saying. You've been wanting to say it to me. But a lot of people, what you're saying,
I haven't wanted to say it.
Yeah. A lot of people have been saying stuff to me, and they've been wanting to say it to me. They was like, Anthony, man, you just got to be certain things. Like, okay, I can go. Like, there's like a murder scene right now. I walk out of here. There's a murder scene in front of the door. I'm be like, hey. You know, allegedly there's been a murder scene, not name dropping, but don't be like some people. I'm like, Anthony, you feel like you're too hyper about it on the scene. You're hyper. You're like, but.
Dude, I've been doing radio and content for a long time, and it's a hard game to. I learn every single day still.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm trying.
I have
to learn.
a YouTube channel. Like it's a lot of work, man. You know, and it's like to work on your craft and be a real student of the art takes a long time, dude. Yeah. You know, it takes years and stuff, and you have the drive, you know, to do it. And they're like, oh, he's motivated by clicks. I'm like, I don't give a shit, dude. Like, people are motivated by clicks, dude. Like, just are. But I would just say
I'm letting you guys know what's
just
going on.
fine tune it, man. You know, like that's all. You don't have to listen to me.
Not me. Don't swear. Don't swear in certain situations.
Yeah.
Just to be professional. You're doing the news, so you can't be swearing and you can't be.
And like if you don't have the information right, you're gonna lose credibility.
But
and then they're gonna see you and they're gonna scroll right by like, oh, this dude's full of shit.
But also,
he always gets it wrong.
But also, okay, crime radar or whatever. Sometimes some people like, oh, that's false information. So why? How come on the dispatcher, if that's not real information, they shouldn't be putting that on the crime on. They should be putting that on there if it's not real information.
Well, they're receiving that in real time. You know, they're on the other line with if someone's calling 911, the dispatcher is listening to the guy on the phone and they're talking to the cop at the same time. They're trying to relay the information in real time to get the officer or whatever. So if you're just, I don't know. I mean, listening to the scanner is not illegal. A lot of people listen to the scanner. You know?
But like, I got something like, for instance, the deceased individual they found at the walk on the park the other day.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I walked up on the scene. I was like, oh wow. Now one of the cops was there, and I was like, hey, what's going on? I already know what's going on. I smell it. I already smell it. Yeah, I smell plenty of
I've never smelled that smell.
It's like, it's nasty. You can smell it in the air.
I know. Yeah,
it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot and it stinks more. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, it's over there. I say, if I go over, he's like, yeah, if I were you, I'll just stay over here. So I stayed by the colorful rocks, and I was just filming. I walked up a little bit, and I was just like recording, saying, hey, people like, Anthony, you can't. People like, why don't you be more professional? You kept saying, dead body. Why don't you say deceased individual? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, and I'm like, listen, this is my first time in this type of thing, so I'm like, I'm learning, but I'm also like, people say you're also like, you remind me of the hood crime. You're saying whatever. You're just like, you're talking. You're not even trying to be professional. And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
So
do you realize that though?
Yes, I do. Now, so I go back and look at my video. I'm doing. Sometimes I'm hanging out, I'm looking at my video. I'm like, you gotta change up the way you talk, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like certain information I got sometimes is real, but it's like you can say it in a more professional way. Even when I say it's going down, whatever, but I never like came at you.
I think it's going down. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I never came at you. With that video, I was like, had a 50 Cent song in the back. Some people, like I said, some people, I didn't hear the radio. I was trying to go on the video and try to find people like Anthony. They was talking about, if I see Anthony, I'll slap him. Somebody said you said it. You and Marjo.
No, I never said that.
I know.
It might have came out of Marjo's mouth. It did not come out of my mouth.
Yeah. But like I said,
I did rant about you one day about exactly what I'm saying right now. I was like, you know what, dude, I recognize something in this guy, man. He's got the drive, but he's got to tone it down a little bit, man. You know, I was in dad mode. Right. But because I was going on and on because like I hate, there's so much hate in this world, man. I can't stand it. You know, like I like to dig deep, and I want to know what's in your heart.
Yeah, my heart is trying to help people and also inform the people what's going on in the city. I want to be like a little news person for Berkshire County, Pittsfield in general, because it's like the crime, the thing is going on. It's like, wow, this will be good.
Have you talked to the Eagle or anything about like would they hire you like or have you just done too much damage already?
I'm just kidding. I honestly tell you the truth, man. If I want to like get in the vault, I think I gotta get it somewhere. I gotta get a job out of town. Cause I think I burned a bridge. Personally, I don't know.
But the thing with like independent stuff, like you don't need that anymore. You can go. You have a social media account,
right.
You know, but how much money have you made so far?
I mean,
if you want to answer,
I don't care. If it's like they pay you monthly. They don't pay you weekly. They pay you monthly. Like some months I make. It depends. Like right now, you know what I mean. They shortage my pay because certain people will report my video. So like a couple months I'll make like 500 one month. Some month I'll make 1,000. Like my biggest one I made from like content was like a couple months ago. I made like 1,200 one month. Nice. It's like that. Yeah. Plus I do delivery stuff and that, and I do like side work, under the table work, whatever. And it's like. But I also do this, and it's like, you know, I want to build my career up, and hopefully, man, hopefully the mayor and the chief police can work their magic, man, not press those charges, man, because you know what?
What happens then if they don't drop the charges?
Whatever. Is what
like,
it
I
is.
mean, you're not going to be like, I mean, that's not going to like personally ruin you.
No. I know I'm not going to jail for it, but it's also going to look good on my record, man.
No, I understand.
Assault with a deadly weapon. Like, people going to be like, look at me like, nah, we ain't taking this guy in this building.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, you know what I mean? People might think I might, you know what I mean? I'm like, but it is what it is.
Is that the charge? Assault with a deadly weapon?
I think so. I mean, that's probably what's going to be.
Yeah.
And
Let me call the chief. See what I can do. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have that pull. I'm just messing
the
with
mayor, man. I was like, man, and I was like, I don't have no problem with them. Some people individually, I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with the mayor. Like everybody's like, Anthony, I don't know why you being so excited with the mayor about the thing. He didn't do nothing for the 4th of July fireworks. George took care of everything. I'm like, dude, things happen. Sometimes the city don't have funds, or certain things just happen. I don't know.
America.
I don't know what happened. Why the city didn't put on fireworks?
Yeah, they couldn't get a vendor.
Yeah.
They tried, they tried to get a vendor. They dropped, they dropped the ball. They couldn't secure a vendor. America was turning 250.
Yeah.
Those dudes were all booked.
Yeah.
George Haddad knew a guy, Rob McGee from McGee. This is what George is telling me on the radio the other day. Knew a guy who had fireworks. They set it up for July 8th. Got a couple sponsors: Pittsfield Cooperative Bank, Berkshire Property Managers, and they got the job done.
Yeah. It is what it is. Like I said, I was out there last night. It was a lot of people last night. I got a little video or whatever.
Actually, I take back what about the Eagle thing, because you always print their stuff for free. I wouldn't do that either anymore, man.
What do you mean?
You clip their stuff.
No, I haven't. I subscribe. I subscribe to it.
All right.
Yeah,
but you can't put it out there.
What do you mean? Like, no,
you can't just copy and paste their articles and blast it out for free.
Well, I'm not blasting for.
I mean, those guys work for that story.
Yeah, but there's certain people that don't listen. I'm making people not subscribe. I'm copy and pasting it. I sign into my account. I copy and paste it and let people read it. I'm not like,
dude.
What am I doing wrong though? Well, okay, they can't.
It's
sue
called
me for
copyright infringement. Yeah, you can't do that.
Wait, so I subscribe to them. I'm subscribing to you guys, and I can't share it. I can't share the thing. That I'm not taking ownership for it.
You know what?
They would have been came after me, man. All these months I've been doing that, they would have been came after.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't know if that. I just assumed.
Yeah. They would have been
because it's not like, because the Eagles staffs people. These people work. They cultivate. They
I know there's
get information. They create the content.
Right.
A fee.
I know there's some type of higher. I know you're higher up. I know there's a higher up people out there that like the shit I put out there though. Oh, sorry.
Of course they do. Dude.
I know it. I just know
there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, because it's like
people who hate you watch you even more. That's classic. That goes back to Howard Stern, man. He had more haters than
Howard Stern. That's another guy. Shout out to Manny. He works over at ALC. Manny put me on to Howard Stern, man. He's like
Manny who? Slaughter?
Yeah, it's my guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He put me on to him. He was like, man, how you seem like you like Howard Stern. He don't care about anybody.
Exactly.
He don't. But he also
have reminiscences.
He has morals. He has respect. He has things.
Well, he grew to that.
Right. Me, I'm growing to it. Like you say, am I going to change? Yeah, I am. I'm certain things. It's like I'm learning. People are telling me, "Hey, why don't you go shadow with Berkshire Eagle?" I'm like, like I don't know how it's going. If I go up there, I don't know how, but they might decline me because it's like all the stuff I put out there, and I've been like, I basically they feel like I was competing with them. I go under their page and I put that picture of me like peeking behind the corner.
I love that, man. I love that. It's funny, dude.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I know you trying to figure it out. Like what's my motive for it? But
I mean, like anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope your intentions are good.
My intentions are good. I mean,
I think you have I think you could be a legit dude.
Yeah.
You just need to
certain things I gotta work on.
You need to stop the bullshit right now, and go out and do your thing and listen to the scanner or whatever. You need to become good friends with the police, dude. Like I know that. I'm trying. Like,
I made amends with.
How do I say this correctly?
I shook Mason and Officer Farnham's hand.
Yeah. Okay. Farnham, another dude. Like
I know. I was on his tail. No,
you're like, what do I do? The windows down. Like, okay, what's your badge number? I'm like, oh my god, man. I'm like, he's gonna be one of those dudes on the internet. I'm like, oh my god, man. I know my rights. I know my rights. Like,
the accident the other day,
me.
Berkshire Eagle. I mean, the accident at Family Dollar the other day. I said, you know what, Farnham? I said, you know what? F the past, man. That's right.
That's good.
I told him, and I did the Mason cop because Mason. I went to school with Mason. Actually, I went to school. Mason, he's a cop, but like Officer Farnham, man. Like I said, with the spatula stickers and all that
in front of Pittsfield High School, right?
Yeah, that was that one.
Yeah, I remember that video.
He got me over on I was over on John Street one day too. He got me for the loud muffler and he got me on my phone. And actually, man, I just came back from I just came back from doing my classes, my national safety corps classes. I was thinking, I'm like, I said, farm is one of the reasons why I got one of these things, because you get 3 of them. I didn't know that. I was just driving around. Well, yeah, give me that ticket. I'm good. People were like, Anthony, I'm telling you, man, you got to take a national safety course. You have to, for your license to go suspended. So I just came off of doing three classes. I went yesterday to Billerica. I was out there in Billerica yesterday, and I did the national safety course class, and 8-hour class, and.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, and you were like harassing the cops about the inspection stickers in front of the station late night one time. I'm like, oh my God, man. I'm like, I know this dude's trying to like find his way, man, but like busting the cops' balls, dude, is like probably not. That's a route I wouldn't take. But
yeah.
I mean, listen, you're an individual, man. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know.
And plus, like, dude, like, I get it, man. Like, if you had bad run-ins with police as a youth, like, people have different perceptions of things.
I did, but I didn't. Like, I did it, but I didn't. Like, it was one time. This was like 2011.
I like law enforcement. I like law and order. I like peace. I don't want drama. I don't think anyone wants drama, dude.
Yeah. It was like 2011. These cops were in front of Beacon, and they all came off and hemmed us up. This one I was like, we had a little clique we had. It was called YRD. Young Ride or Die.
Yeah.
And it was like but this was like years ago though, and the cops used to always mess with us. We used to start trouble, but
So you made peace with Farnham?
Yeah, I made peace with him, peace with Mason, and
do you believe him?
Yeah.
Do you believe him? Like, it wasn't surface level stuff. It was.
I believe, yeah. Like I said, he's a traffic cop, so he's like, I'm like, I mean. I was like, man, just let me go. He was. I was like, I was bad. I was mad. I was trolling Farnham for a minute though. I was trolling him. Dude. I'm like, you know what, man? God, and I'm like, you know what, man? It's not. And I said, chief of police, man. I told him, I said, man, I'm sorry. Just drop the charges, man. Like, I didn't like. I wasn't meaning to do it. And I went apologize. I went in the autos and the kitchen. The cuff was so busy. He said, man, don't worry about it. Just behave. I can't talk right now, but just behave. And I was like, okay. He kind of waved me. He didn't wave me off in a rude way, but I get it. He was like busy.
Who? Luke, the owner?
I think, yeah.
The guy with the beard, long beard.
Yeah. He was. It was.
Yeah,
busy.
he doesn't want that shit in front of his business.
Yeah, he's like, I can't talk right now, but he said, man, just be good. You're fine. We're good.
Yeah. Luke's a good dude. He's Luke and Lindsay Marion are very empathetic people. They do a lot for the homeless. They donated. They're very generous people.
And I was from the autos that day, and I was like, people was like probably nervous. Like I probably scared some people away from there.
Yeah, that's what you don't want.
They probably didn't want to go there for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And I'm known at that.
And I cut up that short because I did the podcast with the chief, and I cut up the short, and I was like, because I planned on having you on. And
him on at the same time.
And I was like, when I dropped the short about the axe and stuff because I didn't realize, and I was like, Anthony's probably gonna give me shit about this.
No, I'm not.
I really appreciate your time today, man.
Of course, man, and change is possible, man. And I am changing my ways. Like I said, I am, man. Still name drop and be more careful about how you move.
I would just say, like, if you really want to start a legitimate business, man. I mean, think of like sponsorships, dude.
Yeah.
People have money in this town. Yeah. People have money in this community.
I know a great guy. What's his name? He does a food truck. I was talking to him. I forgot his name. I think his name.
Dude, you could. I don't know.
I can be something.
You already I wanted to break my family's past with getting sober. Yeah. Change the trajectory of my family's history by not drinking, and I made that decision after my wife died, and we all have to take responsibility for our actions.
Yeah.
And I see that in you, and I just hope that you can start a legit business and be like, and you can I don't know, start a little private news organization, dude. Be like, hey, we're being brought to you by so and so, and this is
right now. I mean, out here, Berkshire Eagle be the perfect fit for it. I noticed that. Even though I'm from a Boston, biggest city, but they already got a guy out there. His name's called Manti Media. They already got Boston. Already got somebody. They already got this wild dude. He's more crazy than I am. He's fighting with the police, but I'm not doing that. But me, I can't go to Boston. He already had this thing out there in Boston. Boston already had somebody like Pittsfield. They don't have nobody like me. But I gotta be careful because I'm causing trouble though.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I think you're above that, man. Yeah. You're too smart for that shit, dude.
Yeah. And
think
especially when people.
I hope I don't look foolish.
No, you don't.
You know,
I swear to God, you're not gonna look foolish, man.
You know, well, good luck to you, man. I really appreciate your time, man.
Of course.
All right, Anthony Giovani, everybody.
Yes.